Welcome back. There is a live look outside from the Oregon coast. That's our Inn at Spanish Head Resort Hotel camera in Lincoln City. Thanks for watching Afternoon Live. From soulmates to motherhood, our next guest believes society is feeding us propaganda that she is just not buying into. Here to explain why, we welcome the author of the new book, Toxic Productivity: Reclaim Your Time and Emotional Energy in a World That Always Demands More, psychotherapist Israa Nasir. Thank you so much for being here with us today.
Hi, thank you for having me.
This is a really fun social media trend where people are kind of going up against some things that I think we've been conditioned to believe for a long time. I'm excited to hear a lot of your takes today.
Yeah, the video took off and the comments really showed me how much people are, grappling with these messages that we've all kind of been taught.
Let's jump in with some big ones here. Okay, child-free people are incomplete. That makes me sad even to say that out loud. I hate hearing that.
Yeah, I think there's this like very small, limited definition of what can bring fulfillment to people in life. And if we just focus on parenting being the only way, it leads to a lot of parenting burnout as well, because people are now looking for purpose in their children. And it also kind of reduces humans to just like this biological function of having children. I think we can have fulfillment and creativity and connection and contribution to society at large.
Yeah, I love that. That's a really beautiful perspective. Okay, here's the next one. One soulmate only. Tell me what you think about that.
This one kind of dovetails into the next one, which is romance is the central relationship. When we put too much pressure on one person, one relationship, and we're like, this is our person forever, it's unrealistic because life is long and we need more than one person to fill our cup. And so it creates like this high expectation, high pressure environment. And I talk about this in my book a little bit, where the pressure can lead us to comparison, competing with other people, feeling bad about ourselves if we don't hit this expectation. And it just really removes a lot of the organic joy in life.
Yeah, and you can still have maybe a person, a long-term partner that you love and rely on, but you can have a village too, a lot of people that bring you joy and lift you up throughout your life.
Yeah, I call that romantic exceptionalism, which is, we believe that our romantic relationships are the most exceptional one, but our true fulfillment comes from having multiple types of platonic and communal bonds as well.
Oh, that makes a lot of sense. Okay, you kind of touched on this in the beginning as well, that motherhood is the pinnacle of womanhood. Man, that's a tough one to hear too.
It is, and it's a very common perspective that people have. And the reason I take a little bit of an issue with it is it's exclusionary to women who cannot have children. That can be a really painful place to be in, for someone to define you by something that you are struggling with. It's exclusionary to women who are choosing not to have children. And it also kind of reduces the contribution women bring. There are so many women in history who are mothers and have brought incredible contributions to science, technology, literature, and art. So we don't want to just reduce women to like motherhood and non-motherhood. I think it can just be one part of our lives and not our whole identities.
Yeah, still celebrate the beauty that it is, but you're right, there's so much else that's so great about our world. Okay, tell me about this next one. Nonfiction is the only way to learn.
So this one's a little ironic, right? Because I write nonfiction and self-help, but I think that we are shifting towards reading a lot of nonfiction, and I really want to bring people back into also reading fiction. Fiction nurtures imagination, creativity, it nurtures empathy. In order to read a good fiction book and enjoy it, you have to drop into the character. So you have to practice empathy. And, you have to do some critical thinking to join the dots in the plot, where sometimes nonfiction just gives you what you should think. So I think it's really important for people to continue to read fiction, even as they pick up nonfiction books.
We have about a minute left, so I want to make sure I ask you about this one. Everyone needs to forgive their parents. I feel like I've heard every perspective on that, that way, and the other. What's your take?
I think forgiveness doesn't necessarily need to happen for you to have a relationship with someone. Demanding that you forgive your parents is a way to gaslight survivors. So I think forgiveness needs to happen on your own terms, and it's more of like an internal journey. And just because you forgive someone or you don't forgive them is different from redemption. So you can forgive someone and keep them out of your life, or you cannot forgive them and create a new place in your life for them, especially when it comes to challenging or toxic parents that maybe you had a difficult relationship with.
Yeah.
So I don't think we should make demands.
Yeah, I love that. Take what serves you, leave the rest behind, and just do your best moving forward, and give that grace to yourself and the people that you love too. Thank you so much for sharing some of these with us today. It was great chatting with you.
Yeah, thanks for having me.
Of course. Okay, we'll have more on Isra's book again. There it is, Toxic Productivity, on our website at katu.com. We'll be right back with more Afternoon Live right after this.